The Summer of Love at the Hugh Hewitt radio program. I'm guest host Kurt Schlichter, senior columnist for townhall.com, noted trial lawyer, retired United States Army colonel, author of the new book, The 21 Biggest Lies About Donald Trump and You, which you should go out and pick up at your local purveyor of tomes. I love that word, tomes. Coming up, we've got somebody special for you. And you know him because he's here all the time with you. But, you know, I love getting a perspective from overseas. I love seeing things from a different angle. I love when we have a chance to talk to somebody who may give us some of the information that our own media refuses to provide. Michael Oren, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We're a little locked down, you know?
Little lockdown, huh? Are you guys locked down in Israel?
Yeah, we sort of lifted up a little bit too fast. And I got to learn the hard way sometimes. Not good. We could have taken some better precautions.
Well, you know, everything's, you're a military guy too. Everything's kind of a trade-off. You trade off some freedom, you trade off some economic prosperity for safety, and that's kind of a tough balance.
But you know, as a military guy, you know, you go out to combat, you wear a helmet, you wear a flak jacket, right? And when you go out with Corona, you should wear a mask and keep some social distancing and not have rock concerts on the beach. That's what we did.
Or perhaps giant protests in the streets. What is happening? What's happening in Israel, if anything, that's comparable to the kind of social chaos we're having here in the United States? Are you guys feeling that same kind of cultural tsunami?
We don't have it here. We
At all?
Don't have it.
Nobody's pointing out statues.
Very little. No. On the contrary, we revere our statues. We revere our past. We revere our founding fathers. You know, we're human beings. They had faults, but we revere them. Political correctness has not taken deep root here. You know, it's in the universities as it is, you know, elsewhere, but not much beyond it. We got, you know, what can I say? We're surrounded by enemies. We've got some serious business. Right now, the major focus, almost exclusive focus, is on the economic crisis, the unemployment in this country. And people just don't have time to talk about, you know, statues and textbooks.
I think only a country as peaceful and prosperous as the United States can afford to be as frivolous as we've been recently. But you can't afford to be frivolous in Israel. You are surrounded by enemies. And I want to ask you about something kind of on the fringes of our media. Little hints here and there, but nowhere near the coverage it should have had, because, frankly, the importance of it dwarfs a bunch of angry 20-somethings trying to tear down statues of Abe Lincoln to protest slavery to 150 years ago. What do you, from your vantage point in Israel, what can you tell us about what's happened in Iran in the last few days?
Well, not much. And, of course, Israeli leaders are going to be very tight-lipped about it. I think the message gets across. That is, if Iran's going to come at us, we're not going to sit passively. Israel has the means and the right to defend itself. There have been a number of mysterious explosions at strategically critical installations in Iran. These installations, I would wager, have not simultaneously, spontaneously combusted, and they've been helped to explode by certain elements. The Iranians have internalized that. We are now, our military, our security forces are on high alert for any Iranian response. My personal feeling about this is, you know, pull the trigger, make our day. Iran's not getting weaker every day. It's getting stronger every day. It's getting more rockets. Allah putting more rockets in Iraq and in Yemen. And right now we have the biggest administration that this country's ever known since 1948. Should Israel get into a war with Iran, we're going to need three things. We're going to need ammunition. Always running low on ammo. We're going to need diplomatic cover, what I call the diplomatic Iron Dome. In the Security Council, they'll try to condemn us there. And we'll need the diplomacy of the day after, reconstruction. And I think we can count on this administration. I don't know about the future. So I say to the Iranians, you've got a problem with us, you know, bring it on.
Well, now I know you can't reveal anything that you might know through your official sources, but based on open sources, when you see the damage to these Iranian nuclear and missile facilities. Does it look like an airstrike? Does it look like sabotage? Does it look like some sort of computer virus that causes equipment to go haywire? Do you have any kind of opinion on that, or should we just leave it hanging in the air, amorphous and unspecified?
The Iranians themselves, it's the result of an explosion, of a bomb, which it must be very disconcerting for them because that means somebody actually got into those facilities and planted the bomb. Now, you remember several years ago, Israeli intelligence managed to get into a nuclear archive in downtown Tehran and ship out the entire content, tens and tens of thousands of pages of, of documents that implicated and basically condemned Iran for hiring your program. Now, if Israeli agents can get into that archive in downtown Tehran, none of these Iranian leaders can sleep very silently, very quietly at night.
Well, they better be careful. Thank you, Michael Oren. This is Kurt Schlichter, guest host for the Hugh Hewitt Show. We'll be right back.